Right guys, so back in LMU after being away for a few months. I've been away for sim racing for about what feels like maybe 8 weeks or so. Been away from LMU for a bit longer. Have been in iRacing, and then with the launch of the LMU DLC, I decided to come back. I swore I wouldn't buy the DLC because, you know, the online ABS/assist thing and all of that, which I'm not a fan of for competitive online racing, but I won't get into that. But yeah, I thought I'd buy the DLC, so I decided to give that a whirl. So I'm at Imola in the new Lambo. So again, haven't driven this car. I've got maybe 3 or 4 laps in the sim since my hiatus for the last 8 must be 10 weeks actually, or 12 weeks at this stage, because I've been in iRacing like for what feels like about 2 seasons. So yeah, it could be longer in fact. So yeah, let's see what this is all about then. The new DLC. I know I'm a bit late to the party. I know a lot of other people would have driven it, reviewed it by now, but just to see what LMU is actually like, with, you know, Imola, a track that everyone's familiar with, and this has a lot more corners than some of the other tracks like Le Mans and Bahrain and stuff. So this will actually test, I think, like how the cars turn and handle, which is good. Now I did manage to get LED profiles for the Fanatec stuff. I'd done them first before even driving the car. A bit anal like that, but anyway. Let's see what this is actually capable of doing. Now, holy shit, the tyre's been cold. I noticed in the garage there wasn't a soft tyre option, so I think that must be down to the actual rules in real life, like not being available, not having soft tyres available. Must be only medium, I'm guessing now, and it's the lowest you can go. But yeah, holy shit, definitely notice it. No grip on the car at all. This is weird. Realistic though, I guess. You all remember seeing the Ferrari at Spa a couple of years ago, I think, just losing out of the pit, so yeah, I do think this appears to be realistic anyway. Now, I'm not going for fast laps or anything here. This is just to kind of get a bit of a feel for the car. Just dial down the strength a little bit on the FFB. Yeah, you can definitely feel the understeer when you turn her in. It's just the tyre doesn't want to grip. The whole car just kind of feels slidey. It feels pretty good, like, you know, like you can imagine all tyres losing grip all at once. It does feel like that. Yeah, just overshooting a little bit now, just kind of expecting a little bit more grip than there actually is. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to take a few laps to get these tyres up to temp. I can still feel them. They're just a bit, kind of a little bit floaty, a bit skittish, like you can feel them kind of pushing across the tarmac, if that makes sense, which is quite good. I'll tell you, it's a fun drive. Like, I mean, the thing is, it does feel like a handful, like a raging bull that it is. The sound, man. That sound is incredible. I do notice myself getting a little bit more grip on the front end, just very slightly. Yeah, the tyre's starting to kind of come into it a little bit. bit deep there. That's bad driving. Yeah, you can definitely feel the grip kind of ramping up on the tyre as the laps kind of continue on, and this is probably just down to the tyre coming into temperature. Like it's what, 62 degrees now on the front right anyway. Oh, very deep there, very deep. Right, I'm gonna try and save that. But yeah, you can definitely feel that tyre kind of, I suppose, what's the word, just kind of coming into itself a little bit, just kind of giving the grip as the laps kind of go on, as the temperature works up. Definitely can't stand on the throttle as easily like that you might think you can. The sound of this thing is mental. Good lap here is, but I guess I'm going to be a bit off the pace for sure. I know the track from like my ACC days, done many a lap here. It's always one of those tracks I love driving but was never quick at. I'll do one more lap before getting the Peugeot, but that's 133, I'm guessing that's kind of shit. This in first gear as opposed to second, tiny difference. Not much. Not really, I don't think. It's always a very challenging corner, and Annie's in that corner. Tenths of a gain, that's surprising, but I will say the tyre temperatures are coming up, and that could be just kind of delivering the lap time. That was a very big improvement, but anyway, we'll call that, we'll leave that there. I'm sure maybe a bit more practice and a few more laps, like with the tyres coming into temperature, like yeah, it's quite possible we'd knock a bit more time off that, but I will say I am majorly out of practice on this sim. All sim racing, in fact, just over the last, 2 months I've been driving ovals and iRacing, so coming back to circuit racing is a little bit of a re-ramp. But I do have to say, coming back from iRacing back into LMU, this does look incredible. Looks, the sounds, the handling, the force feedback compared to iRacing. It's just better in every way. Like I said, the online assists kind of bother me a bit, but I did jump in yesterday and just kind of done a few laps at Le Mans in I think the gold races that were on over the weekend, and yeah, the gold races appear to have more competitors than it used to have. But yeah, I'd have to say the sound out of this one is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, look at that. What a car. The sound of it is just... yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, even watching the replay, like the suspension, the car kind of becoming unsettled here and there. I mean, just looks absolutely stunning. But yeah, like from driving this car, it feels kind of as you'd expect it to feel, I think, you know, like particularly with the cold tyres as they transitioned to hot. Like, I was really surprised at how the lap time came, but that being said, like, I did feel like I could actually drive it faster, a bit more on the edge. And I say that because I'm out of the sim for quite a while, but I think that kind of gives me also that unique perspective that I'm able to kind of pick this up, having, you know, not done any lapping in this, and just, you know, judge it, I guess, as an actual sim. Like, yeah, but this car feels brilliant though. Studio 397, I mean, again, they've, you know, from a physics perspective and all of that, they have absolutely knocked it out of the park. They really have. Yeah, let's jump back to the garage. What I'll do, I'll go and get the Peugeot 9X8 next, and we'll do a couple of laps and kind of see how we get on. But 327, let's see what the Peugeot actually delivers. Again, I'll just do like 5 or 6 laps and see how that feels. But yeah, first impressions after being out of the sim for, has to be at least 10 weeks, I think. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. The physics and all are still spot on. The tyre feels nice. Everything just feels, yeah, close to perfect, like from a feel point of view, in my opinion. But yeah, let's go and get the Peugeot. Alright guys, here we are then in the Peugeot 9X8. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this compares to the Lambo. Beautiful looking car, isn't it? That side profile. Yeah, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Anyway, let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. We are getting wheel spin already. And this is giving me flashbacks to a couple of years ago when we had that Ferrari kind of loser coming out of the pits at Spa. Just as I eventually, you know, holy shit. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to have to take a few laps just to get this into the window, just as I did with the Lambo. Yeah, I will say cold tyres on this thing are definitely a bit of a handful. I'm just going to take it easy for a couple of laps. Yeah, you can definitely feel that this thing is threatening to walk away at the back end. Yeah, I have to say, having been away from this for a while and coming back into it, it does feel really nice. Like, you know, I've done a bit of the iRacing stuff. Done it, like, mainly I've moved to iRacing for some ovals, but like I did do some like circuit racing in there too. And yeah, I will say, like, for circuit racing, LMU, well, from a physics perspective, LMU is just better. but you know, LMU does have its own other bucket of problems, which are kind of being fixed. You know, we're in the middle of being fixed, it seems. But I still think the biggest thing for me is the online competitive racing, like having like braking assists in anything above the beginner class, which I don't necessarily agree with, but you know, that's my own personal opinion. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the actual simulator itself, the car, the physics, all of that is, you know, top notch. Feel very rusty, man. I feel very rusty in circuit racing and track driving. Though I don't know how good these times actually are that I'm producing. I'm guessing they're kind of crap, but yeah, I haven't been in touch really with the whole LMU kind of community and lap times and all of that stuff in the last while, so that's 34/7 right there. On the front of this is really clumsy, like at slow speed. The downforce drop off is quite large. Feels really good though. Feels great. That's the one thing with LMU is like the physics. I've always said, like, you know, despite all the other stuff that might be wrong with the game, still, although it's being fixed, like it's in the middle of being fixed, those other bits that even I don't like the assists now. I think as a simulator, from a physics perspective and an FFB perspective, I think the guys are doing an absolutely super job. If they fixed the online competitive piece with the assists and whatever else, then yeah, I think I would convert full time, I think, back to LMU. So it does feel great, like it is, you know. And the FFB is fantastic, the car dynamics feel really good. The tyre behaviour, like, is what we'd expect from one of these cars. You know, like at low speed and cold tyres, the grip is crap and it pushes and it wants to snap randomly. Then as the downforce kind of ramps up, you have the extra grip, but then in the slow corners you lose the grip again. It's exactly how you and I, as a motorsport enthusiast and motorsport fan, would feel one of these cars would behave. My line there is not the best, I don't think. I know there's a couple of tenths to be made up in the last corner. Ooh, very deep, very deep. No front end, man. The front end, when this goes, it goes. Definitely didn't have that with the Lambo. Front end on this, when you overdrive the front of this, it will just not want to come back. Definitely didn't expect that. Okay. Learning the characteristics of the car when you're driving it is kind of something that you know, as you advance up the sim racing experience ladder, just something to bear in mind. I'm not claiming to be an alien or the god of this game by any stretch, but just little bits of advice I can offer over my sim racing career so far, I guess. Every car will have its little nuance, not just in this game, but anyone. And you can drive the fundamental best lines and braking points and all of that, but until you're on top of the car's little nuances, that will kind of prevent you from, let's say, taking it to that next level with that particular car. But it doesn't replace the fundamentals, of course. You can see now, like, it feels like I'm slightly over-slowing for the corners, but it's necessary because of the way the car is, or well, how it feels. Okay, we'll do one more lap. Trying that in second gear just to see kind of what it does. It feels easier through the corner, but kind of doesn't help the exit. I don't think I'll get too much more out of this car, I don't think. Just doesn't seem to suit my style, I don't think, at this track. I think the Lambo felt a little bit more natural to me based on my style, but that could be a number of things. Yeah, like, I like a car that I can trail brake kind of deep-ish into the corner, and I don't feel that I'm really able to do it with this car. We'll do one more. I'll bring the bias back a little on the migration. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to gain a lot. Yeah, I just don't think the time is in the car for me, to be honest with you. Yeah, definitely not. Like, and I feel like I'm more kind of in tune with this than I was with the Lambo. Like, I feel like I'm more on top of the car, but I'm just not able to produce the time. And again, I don't know if that's a me thing or it's a car thing. I don't know, like, in terms of the balance of performance and stuff, how this car kind of sits against the rest of this particular circuit. So, but, like, I mean, I feel like I'm driving it pretty well. It doesn't feel like it's wanting much. There's a few tenths in the last corner, I think. We'll give it one more go, but I'm really struggling to get anything meaningful out of the car beyond what I've done already. How that was a track limit warning is beyond me. Finished the lap. I just want to see what the delta difference would be. 4 tenths up. That's weird. That's a lot. Definitely wasn't expecting to be 4 tenths up, and I don't know if that's on the track. Well, I don't think it is. Like half a second up. I don't know where that half second has come from, honestly. Right now I have to do one more, don't I? We'll do one more, and whatever it may be. Okay, let's concentrate on a decent exit. This car just does not like to turn on the front once you've given it to the corner in a slight wrong way, but let's see, let's go for it. Let's see if I can find that half second again. There's 3 tenths. I mean, there's always time to be found, of course, but I didn't think I was able to do it right now. Okay, so 4 or 5 tenths improvement I think is on the cards, but I do feel like I'm on the edge of my current ability here with the current setup and with my knowledge of the track. Getting the shit ton out of the last corner, holy 32.5, okay. Alright, we'll leave it there. I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. Didn't expect that at all. Yeah, that was a surprise. I do feel like I was actually on the edge doing that lap. Let's just skip forward a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the DLC I think is great. Like the Imola track feels great. I loved it in ACC. But the only problem in ACC is that, like, when you hit the curbs and stuff, the car kind of launches a bit, like some of the cars, where obviously in LMU it's running obviously different physics, right, and more what feels more natural. I mean, the car still gets unsettled, but it doesn't like launch into Narnia the way it did in Assetto Corsa Competizione. So from a like what feels natural perspective, this is you know, I think probably like in my opinion, I think this is probably the best like sim from a driving feel perspective, and in terms of how the car does what you'd expect it to do. I love driving the GTEs in this as well, and really looking forward to the GT3s when they eventually come, I think later in the year or whatever. But I will say, like, from a driving physics point of view, and if we just take physics on their own, I do think it's tough to put anything ranked above higher than this game. You know, in that department. I mean, the car feels natural, it feels good. Even the tyre behaviour when you're out of pits with the with the low grip tyre with no temperature in them, it just all feels right. Just all feels great. Just like to see more of the gold level servers being filled up, but like I said, I did pop in briefly over the weekend just to do a few practice laps at Le Mans, and yeah, I mean, you could see that the server was filling up a little bit. Yeah, because I mean, look, I'll be honest. I mean, the advantage that running anti-lock brake assist has in this game is just nuts. Like, I mean, I know in iRacing, like, there's some assists can be turned on depending on your class level, but you're penalised quite heavily. Like, I mean, I was doing oval racing, as I said, and in the oval racing, you're allowed in the NASCAR and the Infinity oval car, you're allowed to have the auto clutch on. And I always noticed the gear shifting was delayed, a bit lazy, because I ran the auto clutch because the only clutch I have is on the paddle on the steering wheel, and obviously that's not ideal, right? But you can blip it, you can do like a lift of the throttle and shift. That will also work. And it was only until I start doing that, I start noticing like my oval times coming down. You know, like half a tenth, or sorry, half a tenth or maybe a tenth per lap, depending if there was shifts in and out of the banks on the oval. And in oval racing, like on a track that's like, you know, 30 seconds long, that's the difference with pole position and maybe 10th place in some cases. So, but I wasn't aware of that. But the point is that it penalises even that as an assist. It doesn't even allow anti-lock brakes above, I think, the D class, which is their entry level, I believe. You know, stuff like this. So if you're going to allow the assist, I mean, make sure that it's obviously going to be slower than not running the assist. But like I said, my growth at LMU at the moment is that is not the case by some distance. Now, if you're an alien driver and you've grown up on R Factor 2, or maybe you've converted to LMU and now you're, you know, in the top, let's say you're in the top 10%, right? You may be good enough that you've spent hundreds, thousands of hours already, and you've honed it to the point where the anti-lock brake doesn't apply to you. And even that I would find difficult to believe based on Motec data that I've ran. But anyway, let's forget about that for a second, right? I'm talking about the other, let's say from the 10% to the 80%, that middle ground of driver, right? They're not new, they're not complete newbies, but they're capable, and that capability range is quite varied. But the point is that when you let one of those capable drivers become or allow them to use ABS against a field of people that don't want to use it because they want a more authentic experience, the difference is huge. And like I said, I came back into the sim after being away for 10 or 12 weeks, and when I was doing a couple of laps at Le Mans, I ran a few laps with the ABS on and a few laps with the ABS off, and the ABS on was instantly like 3.5 seconds quicker. Now, you could argue that, oh, my braking points weren't specific enough, and okay, I'm willing to believe that for sure. So I'm only, I've been away for so long, so I'm a bit rusty. But the point is, 3.5 seconds, same skill, still me. I've still been away for the same amount of time, 10 weeks, let's call it, and just by turning on the ABS, 3.5, almost 4 seconds quicker. And it's the same driver. So no driver will improve 3.5. Like, no driver should be able to improve 3.5 seconds by simply flicking on an assist. But from my testing before, and I won't go into it too much, but it turns out that, well, according to Motec at least, and how I interpret this, is that not only does it give the ABS assist, as in the anti-lock, but it also appears to give more traction on the tires as well, because when you, well, again, in my testing, right, so take this for what it's worth, but in my testing, when you applied the brake, let's say 50%, let's call it, the same brake pressure being applied on a lap without the ABS assist turned on, that same 50% brake pressure, let's call it, was producing higher deceleration forces. So sorry, with the ABS on, so with the ABS on versus with the ABS off, roughly the same brake pressure, same speed, same car, same everything. When the ABS was flicked on, you got a higher longitudinal G under deceleration. Both instances, no wheel lock. So that to me suggests that there's either more grip on the tyre or more brake torque in addition to the anti-lock of the brake. And that may or may not be the case, right? And 397 developers will say, oh no Gary, you're wrong, and you know, whatever, fine, if I'm wrong then the data on Motec is incorrect. Whatever. I don't really care, you know, like as I say, once the gold servers get kind of more popular, I will be back, because this game drives beautifully. It's really, really cool. But I won't race bronze or intermediates, because you know, what's the point? What's the point? It's not a fair playing field, and the only way to compete is to is to turn on the ABS. Now, like I say, there could be a few aliens in there not running ABS, and they're so skilled, they've done maybe thousands of hours, and they've, you know, they have a lot of time to sink into the game than I have, and congratulations to them, like, brilliant. They're just fast drivers for sure. But like I said, it doesn't negate the fact that the anti-lock does give a clear and distinct advantage. And yeah, like in my estimation, it's not only the anti-lock bit, but also, like, if you decide to stand on the brake pedal, figuratively speaking, right, and have steering lock applied, the game is so kind to you that it's almost like arcade, like the braking phase. You know, it's not realistic at all. And you know, anyone that understands motorsport, I mean, the art of going fast is all down to braking. You know, I think it was Jackie Stewart once said, like, if you want to show me the quickest race driver, and he said, show me who's the best on the brakes, or something like that. You know, and, like, what's the point of a motorsport simulator if you're not going to, you know, like, at least wait till the GT3 cars come and then use the ABS all you like. But yeah, that's my... Yeah, I swore I wouldn't get pulled into a mini rant on it, but I always do. But yeah, I have to say, like, DLC, like the track, the two cars I've driven, they feel really cool. They feel really nice. They're fun to drive. The tyre's realistic. The physics are great. It's a challenge to drive. It's not too easy. It's difficult. I mean, these hypers are difficult for anyone coming from a different sim, I believe. Like, I came from ACC, and I remember the first time driving one of these. I was like, what's going on? You know, it's just a shock to me. Well, yeah, I mean, it is a lot of fun. And I still think, like, if you want the most realistic feel from a car and all of that, I still think that LMU is the king of the hill, like, when it comes to that. So yeah, take it for what it's worth. But yeah. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I know it's been a while since the last video. Just with work on that over the last while, it's just been a bit tough, but kind of being in the summer, it is a little bit quieter now, so I'm getting a bit more time to slowly come back into sim racing. And yeah, having a laugh. I haven't even done iRacing in about 2 months as well. So yeah, suffering a bit of withdrawal, I think, from virtual racing at the minute. But yeah, looking to get back and start making some more interesting videos for everyone. And, you know, let me think, guys, what you you know, in the comments. I mean, if you think that I'm being a bit unreasonable with the whole assist thing, and likewise, if you've also got the DLC, you know, what do you make of it? Because I did hold off on the DLC for about a week or so, and I actually swore I wouldn't buy it because of all the other, let's say, problems with the game. But I had like 15 euros or so Steam credit off an old gift card or whatever, so I thought, you know, support the team at 397. I mean, they're trying to do the right thing, at least. I get it, to balance some priorities and all that stuff, so I understand. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I did, because the cars are great, the Lambo sounds awesome, this drives really nice, and the Imola circuit is... yeah, it's brilliant. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, we'll leave it there, and yeah, until the next one.